Now, what version of Porta di Ferro I am in, alta, stretta, or larga, or cinghiara, can affect what my opponent wants to do to me. Giovanni dall'Agocchie said that when you're in Porta di Ferro, you should not expect an attack on your right side. Well, if I'm in this guard, if I'm in Porta di Ferro stretta with a one-handed or two-handed sword, why would he want to go over here realistically to attack me? He's going to want to throw something over here, right? Especially if I'm in Porta di Ferro stretta and my point is lying to my right side, which it should here. I get a mandrito, very common thing to throw here because he could reach me. And we're going to assume, let's move a little bit this way. We're going to assume these are going to be attacks to wound deep enough, close enough. So I'm in Porta di Ferro stretta. First one is, as he attacks me, I send my foot behind here and raise up into guardia di entrare into his face, shielding myself. There's no way that should be able to hit me if I go into guardia di entrare and I take my rear foot and cross it behind my front foot. I go right up into it. The point goes to the face. That may hit him. Be careful about that. If he's close enough to hit me, he could get hit with that point. So I raise that here, and then I step and throw a reverso. So the only foot really moving here is my left foot. I take my left foot a little more close. There you go. I take my left foot, which is behind. I cross it behind my right. I turn my shoulders. That lifts my sword up into the path of his cut. My point goes to his face. As soon as I've done that, I step one more time with that left foot and strike here. I could also let my right foot go behind my left. For simplicity, I'm only moving my left foot once, here and here. I can move that left foot, move it again here, and let my right foot go behind. That's typically what we do anyway, and that's totally fine. Okay. So we do a measure check. We do a distance check. That means he touches my head with his sword. That's to make sure that he gets the measure that they need to get in order to really reach, which is what we're looking for here. Now that we've established that, when he tries to strike me, I go here and here. If that's not enough, I throw one more right across his arms, a mandrito. I recommend that. Number one, I prevent myself from being struck, and I shield myself. When I've gotten here, I don't just go, okay, great, I blocked that, I got my point in his face, and now I'm going to hit him. That's wrong. Defend yourself. Step first, going beneath the blade, and then bring your sword around as a reverso. Even sometimes when you hit people, they'll still try to hit you again. So after you strike the reverso, turn and strike a mandrito across the arms. That'll prevent any afterblow. Most important thing you can understand when you walk out of here is this guard, Porta di Ferro stretta, and then this guard of guardia di entrare. How to strike a reverso. I'm going into another guard, colunga alta. Then to strike a mandrito, if I so choose, I'm going into another guard, cinghiara, Porta di Ferro stretta. Everything we do begins in a guard and ends in a guard. And here's a great example of that. There's more than one way to do this. Marozzo gives us 3 different ways of moving the feet. This was the first one, where I get attacked with a mandrito fendente, and I'm bringing this foot behind, crossing my left foot behind my right. The thing about that is, what am I really doing there? I'm changing my shoulders. The torso, the chest, the waist, they all turn, and what does that do for me, really? That is what brings my point right to my opponent's face. I could have stayed still. If I stay still, I could do that, but my point, as you see, it really doesn't go right into the face. It goes off above the shoulder. I can try to manipulate it into the face, but that destroys my edge. For me to use my edge truly, and to make the point go into the face, I cross my left foot behind my right, and then I take a step that points at my opponent. So when you step, don't step out here. Turn that foot toward your opponent and bring the other behind. That's what we call compassing. So that's one way to step. There's others. And all of these, there are 3, they all come from Achille Marozzo, his plays. The next one, when I get that same attack, this is a little trickier, but I'm going to move my front foot forward, my right foot to the forward left. My front right foot goes up toward my left, this way, knee bent, pointing at my opponent. That also takes my point right to the face. And then the same reverso mandrito. You see, you can always follow it up with that. And usually, typically, Moroso does. Porta di Ferro strutta, pass the front foot up here, step around, and perhaps, if you like, one more. Be prepared for this. Your front foot has got to go forward. That may seem unusual to you. Try to arrange your feet ahead of time that you can step that front foot forward to your left or non-dominant side. Your front foot is going here. Then right away, step up and around. Same two actions as before, different footwork. This works particularly well if I'm in Porta di Ferro stretta. If I start to go to Porta di Ferro alta, a little different. He doesn't want to even do it. Or if I start my Porta di Ferro stretta, but it's still like right at him. The point of Porta di Ferro stretta is it has an opening in it, a very narrow and specific one. Now, in this way that we're doing now, when I get this attack, my blade is coming up in the path of the opponent's cut in such a way that my true edge is contacting in the forte. Stop it here. You can't turn your blade too much like this or you won't stop it. You've got to use your edge into it. There's a certain alignment of the edge is very important with the point in the face. Here I shield myself in guardi di consentire as I take a step, and as I bring my right foot behind my left, I pull my pommel down to strike and end up in coda lunga alta. By the way, if I'm not particularly feeling lucky and I want to be a little more safe, I can do the same maneuver passing back. The front foot behind the rear foot. Take your front foot, take it back, parry in the same way, then do the reverso, and now I can thrust. So here you see again, if it can reach me here, I'm passing back, blocking that way. Now when I do the reverso, and I don't step when I do it, I just turn, now I can go in with a thrust. So if I pass back, that puts me left foot forward. Now when I want to do a reverso, I would just turn and stop my point in presence and then lunge with an advancement for a thrust. Okay. No matter which one of these you do, no matter which footwork that you choose, Moroso does say that your point is going into the face, but you shouldn't take your point into the face because you'll get beaten down. What I mean by that is, if I put the thrust of the point into the face, on top, number one is the most important thing that can make me stick my debole out there and get struck down. I don't want to put my debole, my point, in the path of a cut. It'll get beaten down. He doesn't contact my sword here. And that can happen if I'm trying to get that point in as he's thrusting me. I just lost. That is not the point of contact. The point of contact is the forte. So whichever of these you choose, and in this case I'm backing up, what he meets is my forte. You see, got it? So in that case, slow motion, number one, back up, forte, point in the face. I just turn around and reorient myself and make a reversal beat, making sure my point stops in the face, and then drive forward. There's the three ways. Whichever one of these I do, the thing that goes up is the forte, not the point. Don't go in like this. Bring your forte, your pommel, think of that. Pick your pommel up and let that protect you. And in this case, and if I don't move my feet at all, I'm not likely to get that point in there very well. I lost a tempo. In this case, back, here, in. The first thing to move is not my foot. I don't want to be moving my foot while I'm trying to do that. The hands move first. Why? The hands are the faster of the two. Hands move faster than the feet do. So this is first. Get that in your head, and then move your foot. Start that and then move your foot. This is a beat. And if you get the beat, you're able to do the thrust. If you're not able to get the beat, I'll show you some alternatives. So you're going back to your hands first. This is a beat, and then you go in. If you don't get a good beat, say for example you turned, you got back here, you did this, and you turned and you didn't get a good beat. You can try to hit it again, but that's not very good. But if you turn yourself, you get a better beat, and then you can go in. So just beat again, and I'd suggest changing the line. In that case, the reverso is a beat, right? Because I'm back here. How can I cut him with a reverso from here? All I have really is to be able to beat it. 1 beat, 2 beats, attack. Now, in the other cases, the reverso was not a beat. Watch again those earlier examples. Here, the reverso is not a beat. Why would it need to be? I can reach. In that case, that's a sincere cut. If that doesn't land, it gets blocked for any reason. If I got to hear and he blocks that, grab that and hit him in the face. Okay, there's what you do. And be prepared for it. This is how we fight, how we fence. The first example was this. Reverso goes to here. Oh, that didn't work. Grab, hit, and hit again. That works even if I did the other way as well. If I went in this way, he blocks this. Grab, step in, pull him here. You have to have tension when you do something like that. So in that case, hit a 1, 2. Oh, it got beat. Grab, but watch the body turn. You see what I did there? I was like that. When I put my hand on it, what happened to the rest of me? Look what he did here. He's falling into that. There's no way he's going to be able to avoid that. He's trying to smash me in the head. It's strong. And I get underneath of it, and then I go here. You see. Get to the other side of it, shielding yourself. Step, and then cut. And when I step forward, in that last example, I stepped forward. Then I went in for the reverso, but he blocked it. Now, that's a falso beat. I would recommend that's the thing. We didn't discuss that, but that's how you want to handle that. That's the fastest way to go. If I come in, that's his chance. Boom, boom. That's all he's got. Anything else? Anything other than that? Not going to be quick enough. So you see the falso move here a bit. So the falso beat is his protection, but if he does, I'm ready for that. And shove that down in there and strip that out. Okay.